me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Saints 3.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Gleason over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Burrow on play action, rolling to his right. That ball caught by Slayton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Play action. It's Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And the Bengal 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And they'll get this down to the 10. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Bengals. Darius Slayton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
McPherson on for the point after.
And it's 21-3.
Is good. Makes the score Bengals 21, Saints 3.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The Saints on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Gleason. Flushed out right. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. 1:50 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Second down and goal. Burrow toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year.
And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Saints 3. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the 30.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gleason. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
A final shot before break. Gleason, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Gleason. And this one's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with the quicker guy and sometimes even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to it.
And he's had the hot hand.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Looking to throw. Gleason. Buying time to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It's a sack for a loss of 4, and that brings up 3rd down and goal.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Back to throw. Gleason. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Once again, he finds Slayton and able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Slayton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats, look at this, 22.3 miles an hour was his top speed. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
35, Saints 3.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
He's out of bounds at the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Hey, can. Defense. White 57.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Catch made by Slayton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Gun. Done. Come to my world. Ready? Done.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll be corralled out across midfield. Down to the 45.
A gain of 13 yards. First down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Saints' 32-yard line.
They'll run again with Perine. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Perine again on 2nd down. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Bengals first down.
Here's Perine. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Check. Watch safety creep.
Now a carry for Perine. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
53. Watch the run. 53 is the mic. I don't think you got it, son.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. McPherson's kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jordan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, Jordan. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Out to his left. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down.
Less than a yard.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's complete to Troutman right side. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Another Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 25.
They run the counter. It's Jordan. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off with great anticipation. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Hey, me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bengals, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Came from my money is silly. I feel it envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is. If you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw the confetti. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine. If you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready. I'm ready for more. Oh, it's hard in the field, yeah, we tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. If you looking for me, you know where to find me. I leave you dusted, I leave you behind me. I flip the switch from 0 to 90. If you do too much, I'ma do the almighty. You know I got it, you know I'm a legend. You know I'm the one, I do not come in second. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget.